This card might look super complicated, but I promise you it is not. So in today's video, I am going to be playing with alcohol inks to create a background. We're going to be working with acetate overlays and also ink blending on die cuts. Hi everyone, I'm Mindy Eggen and welcome to my channel. While some of these supplies you may already have in your stash, I will be working with some brand new products from the Always There release from Simon Says Stamp. I will have all of the supplies that I'm using today linked down below in the video description and over on my blog. The three main products that I picked out for this card project is going to be the Dewpierce Butterfly, the Creative Overlays, and I'll be using a sentiment from the Wild and Free Flowers bundle. What prompted me to dig out my alcohol inks, which I haven't done in forever, is the creative overlay because I wanted kind of a whimsical background, a very wispy background. So I'm starting with a piece of Yupo paper that is cut to 4¼ by 5½, and I did a little bit of experimenting. So first I have some rubbing alcohol in this fine tip bottle that I just kind of placed over my Yupo paper. Yupo paper is a synthetic paper, meaning that your inks will not absorb into the cardstock. So I put the rubbing alcohol down first, then some drops of, I think I have Smudge and Cool Peri for my alcohol inks, and then I moved it around with the air blower tool. I am also working on a glass surface, and this one is white, which is nice because then I can see where my ink is on my background and it's really easy to clean up. Now, since I already have my products out or my supplies out, I decided to play around because it's really hard to create just one background when you have your alcohol inks out. This time I used the blending solution and I did the same thing. I put my inks down, I put the blending solution down, move that around with the air blower, and then I set these off on the side to dry because you do want to give the blending solution time to kind of move around and work its magic. Now, here's a look at the backgrounds that I created. There was one extra one that I did that I really wasn't happy with, but I'm not going to throw it. I'm going to set that off on the side and I'll maybe use that in a future project for something else. But it wasn't the look that I was going for the background of my overlay. Now, in the meantime, I'm going to be doing some ink blending on die cuts. I am using this beautiful Dewpierce butterfly. It is actually a 3-piece die set. So you have the top part with the wings, the bottom part of the butterfly, and then the body. I die cut it out of white cardstock, and then I'm going to be ink blending, starting with the lightest color first out of each collection. So for the first butterfly, I have Trio 33. It's kind of like a periwinkle color. I started with the lightest color, like I mentioned, which actually is periwinkle. I start in the center and then kind of have it fading off as it gets towards the edge of the wings. Then I'm coming in with a smaller blending brush and I'm using clematis. So this is the second color in the collection, kind of the medium color. This one I am trying to have focused more in the center, so it's darker in the center and then coming out on the edge of the wings. Same thing with the bottom portion. And then the last color I'm using, which is the darkest color in this, which is crocus. Again, really trying to focus more on the center and then more on the top part of the wings. I really just wanted the contrast, so it was darker towards the center and then lighter as it faded out. Now for the next butterfly, I believe this is I think it's Trio 6. I have it linked down below in the video description. This one, I did the same thing. So I started with the lightest color, which is bubblegum, then came in with sweets, which is really in your face. So I kind of got a little bit too dark there at first. And then the last color, which is taffy. So again, kind of keeping the darkest color more towards the center and the outer edges of the butterfly wings. It really helps to have these two different sizes of blending brushes because the larger brush covers more area at once and I can get a nice soft application. And then the smaller brush really helps me focus that dark color. I'm adding a little bit of liquid glue to the bottom portion of the top half of the butterfly and attaching it to the bottom. So it is really just slightly overlapping. And then the body of the butterflies, I die cut out of a black glitter cardstock and adding that to the center. Then once I have these glued together, I kind of sped up my process, but I am going to show you kind of my thought process when I was playing with the creative overlays. I do not work with these very often. They have a beautiful assortment and I really love them because I do love the look of mixed media. I just like everybody else, kind of struggle with it. I'm a little hesitant, although I have experimented in the past. So I was really excited to play with these. I thought they looked beautiful on the front of the card. And because you can see to the background, that is, like I mentioned, what inspired me to dig out my alcohol inks. So while I was thinking about my layout, I'm going to go ahead and stamp a sentiment. And this is from the Wild and Free Flowers. It is a stamp set. It does also have a coordinating die and a coordinating stencil. So I'm stamping out this beautiful scripty font for Hello Sunshine, a nice greeting for the front of my card using a Versafine Nocturne Ink. And I used the coordinating die to trim it out, and then I stacked it with two more die cuts of white cardstock from the coordinating die. Now, this is where I had to think a little bit about how I wanted to attach that overlay to my blended panel or my alcohol ink panel because I don't want any adhesive to show. So, what I'm doing is placing foam squares behind my butterflies, and I'm going to arrange these on the front of that acetate sheet. There's a reason I'm doing this first is I want to hide any of my adhesive behind my butterflies. So both the butterflies and the sentiment are popped up with foam squares. And then I'm going to flip the acetate sheet over. And I'm going to add some double-sided adhesive to the back or behind my butterflies. So the butterfly is hiding my adhesive. I thought about using liquid glue, but with acetate, I wasn't sure on dry time and how well that would work. Tape runner, I didn't want to use. I wanted something really nice and strong. And foam squares, I really didn't want to pop it up anymore. So that is why I landed on the double-sided tape. I'm removing the backing of all of that double-sided tape that I used, and I'm going to place this over my alcohol ink background. And it hides it nicely. It is tacked down really well. The corners are not curling up on me at all. Even, a day or so afterwards, it's not curling at all. It's nice and flat. So I have a side folding card base for an A2 card, and I just added tape runner to the top of that and then placed my panel over the top. Now, I know that was quite a few techniques in one video, but they were really quick and easy to do. And this looks, it's kind of one of those cards where, how did you do that when the recipient gets it? And I love creating those kind of cards, but it was so easy to do. All you need is a little ink blending, maybe even some alcohol ink. You could do a stenciled background back there, but I love the wispiness of the alcohol ink. So I'm definitely going to head over and grab another pack of those creative overlays. So if you're doing any shopping today, be sure to save some for me. Again, all of the supplies are linked down below in the video description. And if you enjoyed today's video, here is another one that I think you might like.